Good morning. My name is Matt Hankins. I'm the Assistant Town Manager for the Town of Rocky Mount. I also serve as the Chief Executive Officer of the Harvester Performance Center. We're glad to have you all in Rocky Mount this morning. We're going to have Gary Jackson, our General Manager, come up in a couple of minutes and talk about some of the great new acts that he's got booked and lined up for 2017. But before we do that, I wanted to touch for a few minutes on some of the impact that the Harvester is having on our locality and our region. I get a lot of questions about the financial viability of the Harvester. It looks like, based on our sales last year, that we're going to turn a small profit on our shows on about $1.2 million in ticket sales. That's a pretty healthy year. I'm going to take that most years. We had shows with ticket prices that ranged from $5 to $125 over the past year. That's going to rise some in 2017, in part because of the shows that Gary is going to announce today. But we do our best to balance between affordability and profitability. We're not out to make a killing. We're out to bring you to Rocky Mount. We want you to come here and support the businesses that we have, enjoy some great music here at the Harvester, stay overnight in our hotels, and enjoy your time here in Rocky Mount. And we've had a lot of folks do that over the past year. We had visitors this past 12 months from 36 states, plus DC, and 7 foreign countries, including France, India, Great Britain, Australia, China, Costa Rica, and the Netherlands. That's not bad for a small town of 5,000 people in Southwest Virginia. We're proud of that accomplishment, and we hope to bring many more people here. Overall, that means that we've had visitors here from 43 of the U.S. states, plus DC, and from 14 foreign countries in the 3 years that we've been active and up and alive as the Harvester Performance Center. And that's due in no small amount to the support that we get from our community and to the expertise of our general manager in bringing in great music acts. Looking at the local economy, we did have some losses this year, things that we want to see changed and will see changed over the next few months. Bootleggers Cafe across the street closed down. We're working with the owner to try to find a new restaurant to go into that space because we need that downtown dining experience. We need people to be able to walk from the Harvester to the restaurant and from the restaurant back to the Harvester for a show. We've also lost our friends Tony and Shelley Leet and the Claiborne House Bed and Breakfast. They have put that on the market and will be pursuing other interests. So we did lose a few lodging rooms in the town of Rocky Mount, and we really want to thank Tony and Shelley for what they've done to help promote the Harvester over its first 3 years of existence. But while we've had some tractions, we've also had some great additions to Rocky Mount. Ippy's on North Main Street has expanded its dining room. We've added the Whole Bean Coffee House here downtown. We've added the Cupcakery downtown as well. Daylight Donuts is open on the 40 East Corridor. If you came into town today from the Roanoke area, you probably noticed our new wayfinding signs that we've added to help people figure their way out and move around Rocky Mount. That's a great new addition, and we've invested quite a bit of money in doing that, the town of Rocky Mount has. We've also implemented a higher lodging tax rate to help us develop additional tourism. So we're spending more money now trying to attract folks to come spend time in Rocky Mount, not just for a day, but to come and enjoy several days with us and enjoy some great music while they're here. We also won some major awards in 2016. The Virginia Economic Development Association named us its Community Economic Development Award winner, and because we won that award, we were submitted to the Southern Economic Development Council, which represents the 17 southeasternmost states of the U.S., and we won their award for communities of under 5,000 people for community economic development. That's huge. There's way more, thank you. There are way more communities of the size 5,000 people and under than there are on the other end of the scale. So we feel like we've beat out a lot more competitors than other people would have had to face in the higher categories. So we're proud of those accomplishments. We were also named to Virginia Living Magazine's Best Of as the best music venue in Southwest Virginia again. And we also won the Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge Gold Star Tourism Award from the Roanoke Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we want to thank those folks for their recognition of us as well. Usually what folks ask me about is the dollar effect, and that my projections are based on data that's available from tax collections, from anecdotes that we get from our retailers and the interviews that we do with our guests here at the Harvester. And that indicates that for every dollar spent here at the Harvester, the average visitor spends at least $2.25 on other things while they're here in Rocky Mount: lodging, restaurants, shopping, whatever they want to get into, like going to the bowling alley or the movie theater or other things while they're here. So the annual economic impact on the town of Rocky Mount's economy is about $3.83 million in the past 12 months. Again, based on tax revenues and the anecdotal evidence and visitor responses, we also estimate that the Harvester impacts Franklin County's economy at almost $1 million a year, for a total local economic development impact of about $4.7 million. That's great for an engine like the Harvester, because we keep bringing people back. We do volume. We don't do civic center size crowds, so we have to have something every night. So we bring people here every night. We do a good part of that thanks to the partnerships that we have. We do have sponsors. We've got Coke. We've got Grand Home Furnishings. We've got TNT, who's here today. Thanks to TNT for everything you do with the shuttle. I also want to thank the town of Rocky Mount and the town of Rocky Mount Council, and we've got at least one council member here. John Sneed is here today. I didn't see any others come in, but I want to thank them for their continued support in underwriting the building cost and the personnel cost necessary to keep the Harvester running. That's a huge investment for a town this size to make, but it is paying dividends. Over the past 12 months of reporting, the town of Rocky Mount took in $1,431,210 in meals tax collections, which means restaurants in Rocky Mount sold $29,509,484.54 in meals over those past 12 months, which is a record. That is something to be applauded, and I certainly know that our restaurants here know that the Harvester is not entirely responsible for the crowds that they have, but we know that the restaurants here are responsible for keeping the crowds that we have happy. So I want to thank the restaurants for what they've done to continue bringing in visitors as well. We do have a few needs in the community, and then I'll let Gary come up. So folks who are looking to invest in Rocky Mount, we do need a microbrewery. We need a micro distillery. We've got a location that is already approved for one. I just need someone to want to invest there. We need a restaurant across the street to replace bootleggers. We need more dining within walking distance of the Harvester. We have additional lodging capacity needs, not to slight our friends in Roanoke or Martinsville or anywhere else, but when visitors come to Rocky Mount, I want them to stay in Rocky Mount. So we have additional capacity needed in the hotel side. We need additional retail, although our space is becoming more limited. We have very few vacant properties that need retailers to go into them. So we do still need those people who are willing to come in and start new retail businesses, and we'll be glad to work with you to help start up in Rocky Mount. And as far as the Harvester goes, we also need additional sponsors, whether that's sponsoring a show, sponsoring a month, sponsoring a season, or sponsoring the building. We need sponsors and business partners. And more importantly, we need advocates. We need people who say the Harvester is a great thing, it is doing great things in the community, here's what we can see it doing, and going out and telling the story. And so we appreciate all of you who are here to help the Harvester tell its story and to help build on that story and the legend of Gary Jackson. Please welcome our general manager.
Good morning to everyone. Excuse me while I show my age. I'm humbled as I stand on the stage to see your interest in today's get-together. I know everyone is very busy, and we at the Harvester appreciate that you are attending. It was a short 3 years ago that the venture was undertaken by the town of Rocky Mount. It began with a passion and a purpose. All of us are honored to live this love of live music as the Harvester continues to bring thousands and thousands of music fans and world-class entertainers together to experience what is an important component for health and vitality. Yes, 3 cheers for the human spirit and for the quality of life many folks find by coming to events at our venue. The thousands of folks who have attended shows come from all walks of life, and it's our mission that they leave with their cups full and fond memories that live long. Presenting live music has been my passion now for close to 5 decades, and I've loved presenting Harvester shows of every genre from day one. And I've developed a strong sense of what will and won't work. The Harvester is uniquely situated to complement the wonderful artists who ply these highways looking for a place to present themselves in prime time and in front of music lovers who are also looking for that special venue where memories are birthed and linger. The Harvester has opened up a new avenue for many talented musicians and entertainers to now stop and perform here in Southwest Virginia. In 2017, you will continue to see the transformation of downtown Rocky Mount as the Harvester continues expanding the community of like-minded folks who understand and cherish that magic that exists between the notes. Modern life gives us all many opportunities and choices to experience and partake in. My job is bringing to the fore what an evening with can really do for the soul and quality of life. This year, a long list of incredible singer-songwriters will grace the Harvester stage. Most have been recognized with multiple awards from the Grammys, ASCAP, and BMI, and other organizations that recognize talent. Already on tap are singer-songwriters Scott Miller, Sean Mullins, Mark Richard, the one and only Steve Earle, Edwin McCain, Keller Williams, Tommy Emmanuel, Julian Lang, Chris Eldridge, Sarah Jarosz, Aouf O'Donovan, and Tom Rush, and I'm pleased to announce also that Richard Thompson will be coming back. These talented, and each of these artists adds to the continuing wonderful vignettes of life, longing, love, loss, and hope. Also appearing at the Harvester will be very special, one-of-a-kind events where amazing musicians will join together, bringing their unique perspective to live music. The Victor Wooten Trio, featuring Dennis Chamber on drums and Bob Francini on sax, are 3 monster musicians from different genres. Victor's bass playing is unmatched. Dennis' drums have backed artists like Santana, Brecker Brothers, and many others. And Bob has recorded on over 200 albums with the likes of Paul Simon and Celine Dion, and all 3 have huge respect and followings. And this one-of-a-kind meeting of the minds will be a chance to see and hear true greats together on the Harvester stage. I'm also pleased to announce that this May, 2 more giants in the music world will join forces for what will be one of only 5 shows together. The Harvester was fortunate enough to get one of these. Bella Fleck and Chris Thiele will perform side by side. Chris Thiele, founder of Nickel Creek and the Punch Brothers, and now the host of Prairie Home Companion, since taking over the reins from Garrison Keillor, plays the mandolin like no one else. Bella Fleck, widely acknowledged as one of the world's most innovative and technically proficient banjo players on the planet, will bring his talents, stories, and more. It's going to be an amazing night with these 2 giants. And in the Americana vein, we have on tap so far the infamous String Dusters, Mitzo, the Wood Brothers with the T Sisters, Love Cannon, Sunvolt, Mandolin Orange, and as the season goes along, I'll be announcing many more. And bluegrass, which is probably the parents to Americana music, this year at the Harvester, we have the Lonesome River Band, New Standard, Russell Moore and Third Time Out, the Boxcars, and Junior Sisk and Rambler's Choice. Country music is alive and well at the Harvester. This year already confirmed is Pam Tillis, Dwight Yoakam, Jimmy Fortune, the Marshall Tucker Band, and Charlie Daniels. With Dwight and Charlie, you have a chance to see up close and personal artists that will normally would only see in an arena or a summer shed. And I need to stop here. I need to thank Merle Haggard, who played the Harvester, and he fell in love with this venue. And it was he, on his own, went and spread the word to fellow artists that no matter how many tickets you could sell, you owed it to yourself to experience the Harvester magic. That said, some amazing shows are now in the works as we speak, so stay tuned. But from Merle's recommendation, the Harvester is alive and well, and I'm honored to have known the man and long live his memory. Comedy, theater, and extravaganzas make their way to the Harvester, with the funniest man in the world, James Gregory, returning, as well as the Barter Theater's 6 dance lessons, and from mainland China, the Golden Dragon acrobats will be appearing. And I'm still going to be amazed to see how they do that on this stage, but they said they can do it. We have some local and regional shows confirmed so far this year. Denny Roby and family will be appearing, and another show called Virginia Made will be a concert with people that grew up here in Franklin County. It'll be Rutledge, Corey Hunley and the Millionaires, and Low Low Chariot. Also appearing, gypsy jazz sensation Frank Vignola and shag bands extraordinaire, the Embers and the Legacy Motown Review will also be appearing. We have some awesome tribute bands coming this year. Abbey Road Live brings the Beatles to life. Talking Dreads bring the Talking Heads and reggae to the fore. Get the Let Out pays tribute to Led Zeppelin. The Dark Star Orchestra is the premier Grateful Dead tribute band, and the Machine perform Pink Floyd. From the pop rock world, we have appearing the one and only Three Dog Night, as well as Jethro Tull's Martin Barr, the infectious Lost Lonely Boys, and what will be in a true arena show inside the Harvester from Canada on May 2nd, the Bare Naked Ladies will be appearing. I think it was 2 summers ago, did them in concert somewhere else, and they were playing in front of 10,000 people that night. And we just happened to get talking, and I said, you guys need to come and play the Harvester. So they're coming. Today, we're also announcing the alternative rock band Carbon Leaf, who will be coming this April. And also today, we're announcing from the pop rock world, we are honored to have none other than Christopher Cross coming this May. I think you remember Sailing as one of his biggest hits. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be, just a dream in the wind to carry me, and soon I will be free. And lastly, we have 2 living legends coming this year, and we are honored to have artist Chris Christopherson appearing in May. The Me and Bobby McGee Man will be here to treat us all to celebrating his long career. This show is only a few seats from selling out, as is the next act in July, the one and only Queen of Country and Folk fame, Emmylou Harris. Both have won every award possible and done so with grace and charm. It's a sweet feather in our caps that they both will be live on the Harvester stage. Both have a lifetime in music and bring all that and more in a most intimate setting. Both usually play in front of thousands and thousands each night, but at the Harvester, only a few hundred will get the opportunity to experience these legends. There is much more on the horizon. This is about 25% of what the Harvester will offer this year. So I thank you very much, and I look forward to announcing many more events as the season unfolds. Thank you.
We'll be glad to take any questions now, or you can catch us individually after the press conference. Any questions? And we thank all of you for coming out. We do have lunch out here in the lobby. We hope that you'll stop and enjoy. I'm not sure who provided it, Shelley? Ippy's provided lunch today, so stop out there and enjoy a great lunch from those folks. And we thank you for coming to help us tell our story. Thank you.